Could you please give a brief introduction to us?
Yes, good morning. Thanks for doing this. Yes, my name is Carsten Steenberg. I'm the CEO of PowerWise. We are a company that was founded in 2010, and we developed a wide range of products and services in the commercial building monitoring and control market, including a patent circuit level monitoring for electricity use. The company's biggest claim to fame was the fact that PowerWise once was the chosen supplier of all McDonald's new stores being put in place, and we developed all the core software and hardware for their HVAC, meaning thermostat and lighting control solutions.
Nice. And then at this point, you're still in your C&I sector, but you're also moving into some new sectors. Can you tell us what are you doing in the Met station space
Yeah,
right now?
so due to our background in weather station with RainWise, PowerWise really have a shifted focus now where we focus a lot on our business for Met station for high-end PV plants. And PowerWise really offers everything from the most sophisticated custom engineer high-end Met stations for large utility PV sites down to on the low end, we have a compact weather station like the Kestrel 6000 that can be used for both agriculture, building campus-wide installation. But our clear focus is the solar market. For the solar industry, we offer solutions for the following segments: utility, solar resource assessment, also called SRA, and then CNI, which stands for commercial, industrial, and then also the community solar market.
And what sort of background do you and your core team have in terms of this field?
Yeah, so we have an extensive background in the field with decades of experience between our core team. I co-invented the patented Site Sage, also called eMonitor, energy monitoring technology, and the fact that both Wayne, myself, and Adam worked at RainWise as CEO electrical. Wayne was the CTO, I was the CEO, and Adam was the electrical engineer. And together we actually developed the PVMet line of weather stations, and it's now the most popular Met product line for the C&I market, with close to over 10,000 units installed worldwide. And our president, Christian Gilbert, had worked in several high-tech companies in Maine with a focus on product management and business development. And, he pretty much the gentleman that runs the operation. We also hold some innovative patents. Our CTO, Curtis Meadow, has a patent with some artificial intelligence algorithm that actually can find abnormalities in a huge data set up to 40,000 times faster than normal.
Wow, that's really impressive. And actually, I do want to kind of dive into some of this tech because that's something that's really interesting here. So
Yeah.
when you're looking at your Met stations, like what types of sensor data reporting is available, and like what level of precision do you give for your customers?
So our Met station cover all of the standards expected for the highest quality solution, and with solar, measuring irradiance or intensity of the sun is of course most important, but also PV panel temperature, soiling, wind direction, speed, relative humidity, barometric pressure. And it's really, we have all kind of accuracies. I said that, with wind some of the highest accuracies is really for Young's wind sensor and also their relative humidity and temp sensor. In terms of backup module, it's the one from Campbell Scientific using the PT1000 technology. But that's, it's difficult to kind of go and just mention the accuracies step by step because they are varies in terms of wind speed and percentages and all that stuff. But let me just tell you, we cover the full range of the highest level accuracy. And then, if people are more, conscious on their budget, we can go down lower and certainly find solution that can cover the needs.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to hear. So you can support a wide range of customer requirements. A lot of solar installations are starting to use bifacial panels. Do you support radiance monitors that help with that?
Yes. So it is really wonderful to see that the efficiency of the solar panels are getting so high that even the reflection from the ground can be used. And for that, we basically will use what we call albedo measurement. And so basically we have a sensor that is either pointing straight down on the ground or actually at the same angle as the panel. You call that reverse POA, plane of array. So PowerWise really offer a really very broad line of weather stations for the PV monitoring, all the way from the ultra compact line of the PV med stations to the very high end med station using Campbell Scientific. We actually an authorized Campbell value-added reseller. We are also using, data loggers and from Campbell and the finest irradiance sensors from especially a close partner of us, EKO Instruments from Japan, but we also have access to Kip and Sonnen and Husker Flux from Holland, and as I mentioned earlier, wind and relative humidity and temp sensor for Young. And soiling sensors is also something that is really important, and we normally get some hours from Atonometrics and others.
Okay, thank you. Now, for Met stations, we'll talk about like the value of SRA in a few moments, but also how do these figure into like regulatory compliance or like fiduciary responsibilities? Like what can customers see in that regard?
Yeah, so in the solar industry, I would say that, Met stations are normally demanded by utility regulators, financial institutions, and other stakeholders in the solar industry. It is the fact that it's mandatory because the monthly or whatever payment plan they have is based on the output of the solar site. So therefore, to have monitoring is extremely important. But in terms of regulatory things, is really that they are on the lower end CNI. There's a SunSpec certified standard, which we support. In fact, it was Wayne from our company that code wrote the SunSpec standards for weather stations. So gives you a little bit of insight of what kind of stuff we have in terms of experience. But the most important is the IEC 61724-1 international standard. That is the one that really most utility goes for, because that is the standard that, specify that you have to use, class A irradiance sensors, and if they're used, they have to not only be heated and vented, and there's certain specification in terms of using PT1000 technologies for the panel temperatures, etc. And then, especially for Canada, on the West Coast, I think especially Alberta, they have a very, very strict standard called the ISO rule 304.9 table 1, and it's they're very, very strict, and we can also support that as well. But for any other requirements, our engineers can really design a product completely to specs.
Nice, that's good to hear. And then, so after you've designed a product to spec for your customers and hit all of the standards they need, what sort of installation, commissioning, and like technical support do you provide, like during installation and after?
So with utility, the client really wants the same company to do the installation and commissioning. So we do offer full support for that, and including, talking about later on SRA, but we also monthly O&Ms visit to the sites. In the Americas, we work with a team to perform installation commissioning, including all the civil work, like excavating, pouring concrete for the foundation, and fenced installation if needed. So it's really turnkey, but it's very powerful that we can cover the full spectrum there.
Yeah, actually, on that note, we were talking earlier, and you told me you'd just gotten back from one of your projects down in New Mexico. Could you give me a little more details about that?
Yeah, that's actually a cool thing, because it's actually up 8,000 feet in the mountains, actually more like in a desert, and it's called the Jicarilla Apache Nation, their land, and it's eventually targeted to be expanded up to 250 megawatt. And that would be the largest solar project and battery storage for any tribe land in North America. And we just provided them with 4 high-end med station, and we expect to completely finish that installation commissioning in mid-June this year.
Nice. Now, what do you feel like, to zoom out a little bit, what do you feel like is PowerWise's competitive edge in the Met station space?
I think it really comes down to at least 3 things or more, but our team has this extensive experience in the weather stations for so many years and monitoring technology. And the fact that our team of employees have created the world's renowned Met product line, both here and in other firms. And, we are a company that actually develop our own hardware and software products. So we have this deep technical expertise, which I think is very unique for like an integrator. It's not just us reselling other products and all that stuff. We have this very, very deep understanding of all the technology, way beyond most of our competitors, if I can say it that way. And then we have an excellent relationship with many of our vendors, and they give us a lot of flexibility in our design. And, a good testimony is that many of them is actually referring their clients to us. And that's great, and I'm honored that that's the case. But really, with that in mind, we can design any system that fits customer specification and certainly also their budget to a T.
Nice, that's fantastic. And then, so if someone has really enjoyed what they've heard here and they want to get in contact with PowerWise, where can they find you at?
Yes, I would say go to PowerWiseSystems.com and go to the solar section and take a look. Then you can email us at sales@PowerWiseSystems.com, or there's a chat you can enter as well. But we should be easy to find. And actually, on that note, we're proud to say that we're actually number 1 in regards to coming up. If you search for utility weather station for utility plants, we actually come up as number 1 in Google and in Bing worldwide. So we should be easy to find.
That's really impressive. Great. Thank you so much for this